What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and for those of you that want to see more stimulus provisions in the next stimulus package, well, I've got some good news for you. This is your stimulus and infrastructure bill update. Take a look, you guys. We're seeing articles coming out like this weekend. Democrats, they race to renovate Biden's domestic policy foundation. There are, of course, dozens of proposals that folks are going to make a last-ditch effort to slip back into the stimulus package, says Senator Chris Coon regarding President Biden's social spending framework, aka that stimulus reconciliation bill. Take a look at this, you guys. Here's another one. Rashida Tlaib, she's holding out for a better deal on the social spending infrastructure bills. It says Democratic U.S. Representative Rashida Tlaib is promising to vote against the bipartisan infrastructure bill that is a part of President Joe Biden's domestic agenda without a guaranteed vote on his larger social policy and climate package. And we had heard House leaders, they were hoping to move forward ahead as soon as Thursday with the vote on the Senate's bipartisan $1.2 trillion physical infrastructure package known as the BIF, but the Detroit Democrat said that she would vote no without a larger Build Back Better social policy legislation. We're hearing that progressives, they're saying they will tank the infrastructure bill if it is not also brought up with that stimulus reconciliation bill. And right now, they're working out the framework, and they're saying they want to get provisions back included into that bill. And I've got some video footage from you from Ed Markey we're going to be taking a look at, where he's saying we've got a great framework, but we might want to include some of those provisions in there, you guys. So for those of you that are hoping for more stimulus, this is a good sign. Now we're going to be seeing if they're going to be able to do this and also get Senator Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema on board as well. And they're going to be mentioned in this video clip too. So let's go ahead and dive right in, get you caught up on the latest as of today, October 30th, with negotiations for stimulus and infrastructure. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything going on, don't forget to take a quick second to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Just takes a second. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, come join the viewing community, the Ram Fam, we like to call it. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Totally free to join, and you can come stay up to date on everything going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me if you have any specific questions on any of this stuff going on. And yes, I'll respond to the DMs and get you any answers as best as I can to any questions that you got. But with that being said, let's dive into these articles. But first, let's start off with this video footage from Ed Markey on where he believes things stand with stimulus infrastructure and potentially adding stimulus provisions back into the bill.
So, Senator, first of all, what are your top-line thoughts on this framework? A lot of stuff to like in this bill if you're a Democrat, but some priorities left out. Are you a yes on this if this framework could be voted on today?
Well, I support the framework. I think it embodies the goals of the Build Back Better program of Joe Biden, but at the same time, on immigration, on family leave, on prescription drug pricing, we have to continue to advocate until this final text, the actual language to fill in the framework, is completed. So the framework is actually excellent, but it can be improved, and we're going to continue to advocate for that improvement until that bill finally reaches Joe Biden's desk.
One of your colleagues who we've all been puzzling over the last couple of weeks seems to want more work on this bill, too. That's Joe Manchin. He tweeted yesterday, as we work through the text of this legislation, I would hope we'll all continue to deal in good faith and do what's right for the future of the American people. President Biden wants Democrats to trust that Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are on board for this framework. Do you believe Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are on board for this framework?
Well, again, the framework is an outline. It's like the frame of a house. But you have to fill in the rest of the house before it is completed. That's what we're in the process of doing. That's what the actual legislative text is all about. That's what Joe Manchin is talking about, looking at the text. So we have to continue to work with Senator Manchin in good faith towards the goal of completing the actual language, remembering that the devil and the angels are in the text. And so we have to understand fully what is going to be included and continue to negotiate, both with Senator Manchin and with Senator Sinema. But I think we can do it. I think that we have a real pathway now to completing this legislation. We just have to work out the remaining details. And I think that a big historic success is potentially within our grasp within the next couple of weeks.
So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as we're hearing they're working away to try to get this done, hopefully soon here. And they're going to see if they can get Senator Joe Manchin on board. They're saying they all agree with the framework, but they're still trying to see about getting certain provisions back into that bill. And take a look at that article that I shared with you earlier in the beginning of the video. Rashida Tlaib holds out for a better deal. Jumping down, we've got a quote from her. She said, "From the beginning, folks wanted to see both, and right now, House leadership has decided to move forward on the BIF, or the infrastructure package, the traditional one, and without the Build Back Better or stimulus reconciliation bill." And she said, "I'm still in this fight. I didn't come here to give up this easily on my residents," saying that she is fighting for the people to get more stimulus. Now, you guys, link in the description below to that article and this one as well that came out. Take a look, you guys. Democrats race to renovate Biden's domestic policy foundation. And this one just came out today as breaking news. And this article says the Democratic Party is desperately trying to figure out just how solid President Joe Biden's $1.75 trillion social spending framework really is. And for those of you that have been following me here on the channel, you can probably guess it's not that solid. It keeps changing quite a bit. Different factions of the party are arguing that the outline that the president presented this week is not final, hoping to add back in still disputed provisions on immigration reform, taxes, Medicare expansion, paid leave, and prescription drug prices before the social spending package gets a vote. And also, you guys, we've heard President Joe Biden say that whatever doesn't make it in, it's okay. In the spirit of compromise, he said he's okay with cutting it down, but whatever provisions aren't included, he still wants to get them in the next stimulus reconciliation bill, which we're hearing will be likely in 2022. So there will be another bill, and there will also be additional provisions that will be added in that one, and we'll see what else gets slipped in. I know a lot of people have been asking about a fourth federal level stimulus check or an unemployment extension, those PUA, PEUC, and $300 per week boost benefits. Could those get added in? We'll see where the things stand with unemployment, the economy, with the pandemic, and see they feel that those provisions are necessary. But right now, I'd say nothing is off the table. Now, it's not looking very good for this current stimulus package for stimulus checks and unemployment, but you never know. We've seen things slipped in at the very last minute, like we saw with that second stimulus check that got included literally days before it got signed into law by the president. Now, we will see, and I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. But take a look, you guys. The House has already released hundreds of pages of legislation to fully articulate Biden's vision, the bulk of which is devoted to climate change action and the social safety net. Yet even after the House passes its version of the bill, which could happen as soon as next week, some Democrats insist that it is not the final word, saying they want to get those provisions included. This deal is not done until the Senate acts, said Senate Finance Chair Ron Wyden, who still wants to add a billionaire tax to the bill that now includes a surtax on ultra-high income wage earners. There's a significant amount still to do. Also, jumping down, Senator Chris Coons said that the bill's contours may change, but not dramatically. Take a look at this. There are, of course, dozens of proposals that folks are going to make last-minute ditch efforts to add in. But what we needed is a path forward and a package that everyone could get behind, and I think that the president has accomplished that. The smorgasbord of opinions about what's truly up for negotiation demonstrates why House progressives balked at the passing of the Senate's bipartisan infrastructure bill this week, and why that logjam may not clear anytime soon. As long as it's not clear that the deal is essentially unchangeable, Manchin and Sinema may decide that they don't need to publicly bless it. And until they do give their blessing, Democrats feel little need to stop the attempt of horse trading. So you guys, we're hearing that there is a lot of negotiations taking place, and they're saying that this is not solid. They want to get those stimulus provisions back included, and we will see what makes it in. So that is the latest coming out today on the stimulus and infrastructure bills, and how we're hearing that they still might change some more, and we might see provisions get put back into the bills. And you guys, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button, helps out with the algorithm. I really appreciate it. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the Bram fam. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Remember, it's usually 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Right now, during the week, I'm getting about 3 videos up per day. There's a lot of news rolling out. And on the weekends, I'll try to just get 1 video up here and there to keep you guys up to date. But with that being said, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.